Hey there, friend. So we're going to start today's marketing session with a bit of a true story that just literally happened to me. And I thought it would be something to encourage you as an entrepreneur. So if you are, working your business and maybe you're coming up with a program or you have a challenge coming up or a boot camp or something like that, you know that it can be a very stressful process to make sure that you have all those little pieces in place, right, to get you moving forward. And so something that happened to me, and literally we just finished fixing this morning, so this is brand new, but it happened to me starting yesterday is when I realized that we have this upcoming workshop coming up. I'm sure you've seen me post about it. I've been talking about it, but it has taught me a lesson that I wanted to start today's marketing session with. So before I get to that, if you are brand new to my page, I want to personally welcome you. My name is Ginna Tassinelli, and I'm the owner and founder of Hype Media. We are a boutique social media marketing agency, as well as the creator of Style Rebel Mama as an image consultant to female entrepreneurs. So we help you, whether you are a small business owner or a solopreneur, in elevating and defining your personal brand, your style, your brand's message, and we help you with social media marketing strategies. And so what I want to share with you today is something that just recently happened to me, and I thought, you know what? Things happen. We can take them either really bad or we can find the positive sides of them. So I'm going to share with you both ways that I took this. So as you know, I'm bringing back the 5-day Elevate Your Personal Brand, Style, and Visibility workshop. It kicks off on November 16th. And this is something that we have put together, and I've been promoting it now for a couple of weeks. Now, I will tell you that typically before I have something where I'm getting people to somewhere on my website to sign up for, okay, whether it's free or paid. Before I actually let people know about it, we double check all of these funnels, right? We double check everything, make sure everything is in place, make sure everything is triggering so there's no issues, because we also run ads for it. And so this time around, in my sense of urgency to finish getting the page ready and things out there, because it is right before the week of Thanksgiving, I just assumed that everything was good to go. And so we have been running ads now probably for about a week and a half and investing money, right? Ads are not free. I've been talking to people about it as well. And so yesterday I decided, let me go through my flow as a user and sign up and pay and go through all of the steps, right? Okay. I went to the website, to the link, I signed up, I paid, but then it didn't take me to where it needed to afterwards. Once you sign up for this, and then hey Judy, and then you enter your payment information, it should take you to a thank you page. And that lets me know on my end that you purchased. And once you get to that thank you page, you're going to get an email welcoming you into the workshop and telling you all of the first steps, right? Nothing happened. So I immediately checked up on the ads. I saw actually the ads are working, but people are not actually showing up on the back end. And I freaked out. I immediately contacted my amazing assistant, Mary. We have spent till like 3 a.m. last night trying to figure out what was wrong with it. Okay. Nothing was working. It's broken. So as an entrepreneur, as a solopreneur, when you are spending so much time trying to get all these little pieces together so that you can build, whether it's a lead magnet or, like I said, a workshop or a challenge, or maybe you have a program or a membership coming up, First lesson learned, never assume that everything is working correctly. So that's number one. Now that it's finally working, everything is in place. Great, right? Well, I will tell you, I had a few temper tantrums. I actually literally even cried yesterday. And it's probably not just because of that. It's probably because of, overwhelm over just everything happening in the world, in our country. So here's what I decided to do this morning before it got fixed. And this is the point I want to leave you all with regarding this story. I decided, okay, Ginna, there's nothing that you can do. You're not a web designer. You don't know everything about coding. So just stop with the website. Don't worry about it. Do what you have control over. So what I did is I started to reach out as a human being to people that I know would really benefit from this workshop, because they're in a place where they have told me that they are looking to build their personal brand. They're not bringing in enough income, and they're spending lots of time on social media and nothing's happening with it. So I took it upon myself to personally message a few people and let them know about this upcoming workshop. They signed up. So here's my point. You don't need all the fancy schmanciness to make your business successful and effective. But what you do need is to have your business built as a personal brand first. Without those connections that I have made, those business connections that I have made, so I'm not reaching out to family and friends, I'm reaching out to business acquaintances. The reason why I have built this audience of business acquaintances that I can reach out to when I want to serve them with something that may make sense for them, may benefit them. And I ask for that permission. I don't just throw the offer at them. But why I have that audience of people that I can intentionally, with purpose, and genuinely reach out to is because I have built my businesses now, not in the beginning, but as a personal brand. And it makes all the difference. So if you are a solopreneur, if you are in direct sales, if you are an image consultant, if you are a coach, a mentor, a speaker, an author, you don't need all these fancy tools to make things happen and to get visibility and to show up as an expert. You just need to show up. So that's kind of the teaching moment from this. I finally stepped back and went back to my foundations. And that works for me. Now, everything's working again, so we can move forward with the website and sending people to it and making everything automated, which is amazing, right? When you have those steps in place too. But I want you to know that you don't literally need to have a website and a landing page and an automated merchant system and all of these things in order to successfully run a business. It does help. It alleviates time, overwhelm, but you don't need them in place. You just need a serving heart. You need to show up as a personal brand so that people, when you do reach out to them one-on-one, they pay attention to you and they say, oh my gosh, yes, I would love to do this workshop because I know that you bring tons of value and you are an expert in what you share. And so that was something that I wanted to start off with today to let you know. And I hope that resonates with you. Let me know if it does. So moving into what we're going to talk about today is actually kind of wraps all this together. Okay. So I want to talk to you about the power of having that personal brand. So, I mean, right here's a great example, because this hype media is built now as a personal brand versus as a service provider. When I reached out to these few people today, it was because of the power of the personal brand aspect of my business that they paid attention, not because of hype media or Style Rebel Mama. It was the power of putting myself out there as a brand myself. Okay. So if you want to improve your business and the perception of your services, it's, I think, imperative to build a personal brand first before you worry about a logo, a website, all these things. And if you've already been in business for some time, this is a great way to do a refresh. You know, when we started Hype Media, which has been now almost 12 years ago, the same thing with Style Rebel Mama. My focus was, I need to get my logo ready. I need to get my website up and going. And then, you know, then the business will come, because I did have a list of clients that I was already working with when I was at corporate America that followed me. But that's so far from the truth. You want to know that people will remember your business without that logo, without that website. Will they know who you are? Okay. So when you show up as a personal brand, they will. Branding is going to help you stand out. Now, I don't mean branding with your logo and website, branding yourself as a personal brand. Okay. So Ginna, who's the founder of Hype Media, not Hype Media, who is owned by Ginna. Does that make sense? So when you show up as a personal brand, it's going to help you to stand out from your competition, because as you are the personal brand, you are a human. You are unique. Everybody is made differently. Everybody has their own experiences, their own skills, their own background, their own stories. So you can never be the same as a competitor. In fact, you may not even consider that you have competitors anymore when you put yourself out there as a personal brand. And it adds value to everything that you have to offer so that people want to engage with you. The other thing that it's going to do is it leads to a clear path about what it is that you do offer, who it is that you offer it to, how do you serve them, why, and how can you help them. It leads to clarity when you show up as a personal brand. You also are able to get so much more power out of your social media content. We don't always want to just rely on organic reach, right? That means not paying for reach. You should, if you're serious about your business, you should also be implementing a Facebook, Instagram ad strategy as well, okay? But organically, when you show up as a personal brand, everything else that you do is just going to grow from there, because you're not putting yourself out there as your product or your sales page or your website or your services. You're putting yourself out there as you. So people are able to actually connect with you organically. And the result is it's such a difference when people connect with you as a personal brand than when they connect with you as the products that you represent or the service that you represent. They become loyal customers. And they pay more attention to you when you are ready to offer them something of value, whether it's paid or free. They're going to pay more attention to you. They're also going to be more willing to pay more. There's no negotiation when you show up as a personal brand, because you're showing up as an expert. So they're willing to pay for what it is that you have to offer. They're not going to negotiate with you. There's no messing with that, because you're the expert. Now, being consistent with this is super, super important. So you want to be consistent with your brand identity, with your brand message, with, your storyline. And then you also want to be able to connect with people more on a human level. So when you show up as a personal brand, you're able to do that because you're showing up as you. Remember, you are your personal brand. The other side to this is building and developing that personal brand. So you start with, what is your big idea? What are the values that you hold? What is your vision? What is your personality? When you're able to really dissect all of these characteristics about yourself as a brand, you're able then to really come up with content that's going to resonate with the right person. And that also aligns with you as a human being, but also as the service provider, as your business. Your uniqueness is your canvas. Exactly. It totally is. It totally is. So I hope that these tips were helpful and that my story, my dilemma from the last 24 hours has changed your perception of how you can truly build a successful business. It's not about what you offer, it's about you and how you can serve others, but people really need to see you first. Okay, so you need to be in the forefront of your business, not your products, not your services. I will see you guys next Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time again. And until then, drop any questions down below. I'm happy to answer them. Bye.